Welcome back to Fujitsu Forum TV, where we continue to bring you live and exclusive coverage from Fujitsu Forum 2019. We are not done yet. It may be thinning out numbers-wise, but the only place busier than the ICM in Munich is Munich Airport. We've had guests coming in from over 80 countries over the past 2 days, and unless you're on a Lufthansa flight, most are getting home today. Up next, we're talking manufacturing. Now, there's an industry amidst much change at the moment. Ecosystems are more complex than ever. There's been an explosion of digital disruptors, but there's also some legacy technology that needs to be integrated, causing a lot of headaches. Hopefully, to solve some of those headaches, I'm delighted to say we're joined by Christof Schleidt, familiar face. We've spoken before, of course. Christof, Head of Sales and Business Development for Manufacturing and Automotive, and Jouko Koskinen, who's the CTO Fujitsu Finland. Thank you both for swinging by and chatting to us, and thank you for being patient with the overrunning keynote a few moments ago. I'm fascinated by manufacturing. We were talking to transport yesterday, and we know there's real similarity between your two industries right now. Jouko, if we come to you, help us understand what's going on ecosystem-wise, because it's quite complex now, right?
Yeah, you are totally right. Currently, we have more technology-based ecosystems in place as of business ecosystems, which I foresee to be more and more in near future. But for future, I would say that it will be ecosystems of ecosystems, meaning that you as a company ought to be attractive to build your own ecosystems and or be attractive that you will be invited to join for ecosystems.
Do we think manufacturers know what good looks like? Or are they still in the discovery phase of figuring that out?
Oh, that's a good one. They do, and yes, they do know, and no, they do not know. So it is kind of between, or how do you say, Christof?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it depends also on the sub-industries in every company, where they are on that journey from that industry 3.0 to 4.0. Yeah, and you have to look at this industry production is not disruptive. The business models, they change disruptively, but the production has to change more step by step, because you have machinery there standing for 10, 20, 30 years. You have to retrofit them, you have to build the processes, you have to get how to get the data out, and this slows it down to a certain extent. Yeah.
So we know we've been talking about it for the last 2 days, there is a lot of technology flooding the market right now, and we know certain industries need to adopt it, some at a faster rate than others. I imagine the sheer volume of options is causing a headache for boardrooms right now. Where do we invest? What do we move to? How do we help these guys make the right decisions?
I think we have to help them on the one hand with technology, which we are providing with our R&D innovation.
Yep.
But second, and that is more important, help them to identify the right business case. Because that is something we also learned from our recently performed manufacturing study, that companies need help building the right business case and identifying the return on invest they get from these kind of projects.
We've been hearing a lot over the last 2 days, AI, blockchain, automation, key technologies for the future. How do we see those technologies impacting manufacturing? How are they going to help?
Okay, I believe that today they are more that we have a more precise dashboard and more precise analytics in place. And in future we see that, at least personally I see that AI will automate the whole process lines. And then it kind of be autonomous without any human touch in the very future.
There'll be a lot of CFOs watching this, Christof, and I guess they'll be forgiven for thinking we've had to invest in the smart factory. We've now got new technology coming out. You're telling us our ecosystems might not necessarily be where they are. I guess they'll be forgiven for thinking, I don't have endless budgets. How do you balance up the need for innovation and potential upside reward with the investment on the P&L? That's got to be a tough job to balance up for CFOs right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very tough job, especially when you look at they have to balance a lot of topics at the same time. If you look at the automotive industry, for example, they have to balance the connected car thing. They have to balance the electrical car. It's a complete new platforms, complete new production ecosystems to be built. Yeah, battery manufacturing and so on. Yeah, and on the other hand, the whole changing business models with the mobility. And they have to look at all these investment areas. And what we think is that a quick return on investment, to have pre-designed models which promise quick implementation and therefore quick return on investment. Yeah, this could be a model to ease the pain for the CFOs.
Okay. And I would add that just focus on low-hanging fruits and digitalize for business benefit, not for digitalization only itself.
I'm keen to get an answer from both of you on the next question. What do you see as the next big trends? Christof, what do you think? Where are we going? What are we going to see?
I think that real time will be a big trend. Yeah, looking at how to automate and make decisions in real time. AI can play a part, but also quantum computing or our digital annealer. Yeah. Where really problems that couldn't be solved in the past because of the time delay when the result was available, the situation has changed totally. Yeah, and if you can get that in real time, that would change a lot. Yeah, and it makes individualized solutions possible, but also optimized for the whole ecosystem. Yeah. For example, a supply chain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jouko, what do you
and
think?
I would say that from a quality management point of view, I would predict that now in very near future we will analyze the whole production line, including raw materials, every heating temperature, machines, in order to predict about the warranty claims and in order to be ready to stop the production early enough for cost savings and not to completely done the product. That is to come and very easy to arrange already with current technology.
There'll be a lot of manufacturers watching this who'll be thinking, okay, we've got a bit of work to do. You're making some sound points. I need to get on with this. If you had one piece of advice for manufacturers on where to start, where do you think they should start, Christof?
Yeah, start small and move quickly then. No, it's really about picking the right business case.
Yeah.
Looking at the imminent pain points. And then really looking for the right solution. It's absolutely not the right way to look what can I get out of data or digitalize, as Jouko said, for digitalization as such. But really looking at the right case, solve a real problem, a real pain point, yeah, and start small, yeah, step by step.
And I guess if you're getting those business cases and that validation coming through, that gives you confidence to then scale initiatives, right?
Correct. I would say that go and pick up the problem of a customer and digitalize that backwards to your office and solutions, and then you have solved it. And so simple it is, kind of.
I really like that, Jouko. Thank you so much. Thank you both for coming and talking to us. We promised you insight, didn't we? And I've been saying it for 2 days. Fujitsu Forum is all about looking at the very problems your business or society is facing right now and getting you insight into how you can not just address those challenges, but unlock value from them too. Some great points there from the transport team. If you've got any questions for them, hashtag Fujitsu Forum TV is what you need to use, whether that's Facebook or Twitter, and we will connect you. Where are we going next? Because we are not done yet. I believe we've got Andreas Ekström coming and talking to us. He did the first keynote of today, 7 ways to own the world. We're going to be asking him to expand on that. If you haven't seen the keynote yet, go and find it on Facebook or Twitter. It's an absolute cracker, well worth 30, 40 minutes of your time taking a look at that. And in case you missed the keynote a few minutes ago, CTO, Fujitsu fellow, VP at Fujitsu, the brilliant Dr. Joseph Rager, he's just been walking us through an optimization from mathematics to where we are now with the quantum computing inspired digital annealer, some of what Christof was referencing. We're really excited about the digital annealer proposition at Fujitsu for good reason. Go and take a look at his keynote. Plenty more to come.